Hey guys, we are backstage here at Silco Auditorium, and I am here with Flyleaf from Texas. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. It's a great day.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Could I have you introduce yourself to our viewers?
I'm Lacey, and I sing for Flyleaf.
I'm Samir and play guitar for Flyleaf.
I'm sure you've told this a million times, but we'd love to hear it again. How did Flyleaf get started?
We all grew up in the same music scene. Jared and I met in a youth group. His mom forced him to hang out with me, and we just became really great friends. You know, Lacey was in the music scene there also, and Pat was in a band that was just really great. And we all, ended up playing together, and here we are.
You had some trouble starting out and really establishing Flyleaf before you got big. What was that like, and I guess what's the success been like now?
I don't think we expected things to go the way they did as easy and as well. I mean, there was a time when we didn't want to do it anymore. It was just too much. Like our family is really important to us individually, and stuff goes on at home and you want to be there. You're missing your nieces and nephews growing up, but then it becomes so worth it when you get a letter from a fan that says, I saw your show, and I've been hopeless and have all these issues in my life, but for 45 minutes I believed in a great God who could help me, and he did at the show, and I just want to let you know that your music helped that.
What's the success been like for you?
I guess all around me hitting pop radio was hugely different for us, because rock radio that we've known our whole time coming up is very humble and down to earth. So when we got to play our first pop show with Miley Cyrus and
the Joe Bros were there.
Jonas Brothers.
Nick Kids on the Block.
Nick Kids on the Block was like their first show back together. It was really something we had never seen before. They had like a gift lounge where they give all the artists presents, and it was like insane things, like one of those robot vacuum cleaners like we got and stuff like that. Like in a rock show you get like homemade bracelets and like cool stuff we appreciate, but nothing like that.
Did you feel out of place? You're here with Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, and then rock band Flyleaf.
This was what's crazy, is that they were all crying and they didn't even know why, and then like screaming. And I'm like, I don't think I'm who you think I am.
I'm not Miley Cyrus. Would you guys consider yourself to be a Christian band?
We don't sit down and go, we're going to write a Christian song.
Yeah, not at all.
We just write we're Christians, and when we write music, you're gonna hear the depth of who we are at some point, and that's gonna touch our faith.
Anyone who has a faith, that they truly believe in, you can't separate that from everything in their lives.
The song Cassie, was that written about the Columbine tragedy?
I was an atheist that hated people until I was 16 and was going to commit suicide. And then I got saved and became a Christian. It was a really miraculous thing that happened to me. And then I was so just 1,000% like thrown into this, wow, there's a God, and I just wanted to find out all I could find out about. Is Jesus, who he says he is? Is the Bible real? And I just studied and just became so passionate about that. It was like I related to both people. Like I related to the shooter because that's who I was before I got saved. Like I totally would have been really good friends with that dude. You know what I mean? And totally been looking at all of the kids in the cafeteria going, there's just a bunch of hatred because they got made fun of, whatever. And then the other way around, like with the people that they singled out, the Christians. Like they singled out the two girls, Rachel and Cassie, because they were Christians. It was a really shocking and amazing thing for me to hear that in my day and age, in a high school, there was a girl who stood up for her faith, even though it cost her life.
Do you ever get used to the fact that you could probably go upstairs right now to all those fans, and if you were to talk to them, you would make their year?
No, that's really always weird, because it's weird because we're just normal dorky people, like.
It's strange, and it's also it's kind of scary, because your words weigh a lot more.
What's your biggest onstage mess up? Like, I don't know, forgot the words or something like that?
We were in this tiny little place when we first started, and it was so hot in there. I don't think they had the air conditioner on. There was like 500 kids in this little Christian bookstore. The stage was like real tiny, and we were playing a real heavy song, and then Pat, I guess, got overheated or whatever and just vomited right behind me. And I didn't know.
Jazz.
He
No,
did it
no,
twice.
in Dallas. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
There was between, he vomits a lot, but this one,
This is a regular
this
thing.
time he did it like right behind me, and I didn't see it because I'm all like, you know.
This is gross.
And
Like
so
you,
then
actually, you were on stage. And
Yeah,
yeah,
and
well,
all the
I never
kids
saw
knew that he'd thrown up, but I didn't know. So like I like stepped back, like stomped my foot behind
She's
me,
stomping in his puke. And it's splattering everywhere.
and the kids are like moving back slowly from the stage, like.
See all their faces just disgust. They're disgusted.
Do you guys enjoy the spotlight that comes with being in a band?
No. It makes me feel, I mean, obviously, like, we've seen stars that go crazy over it since they were kids or whatever, but it makes me feel embarrassed. But it's better to totally, like, goof up and so they know that you're just normal. You know what I mean?
You have to be able to laugh at yourself, for
Yeah.
sure. You have to, and just be like, I'm retarded. I mean, not like I shouldn't say retarded.
I said it the other day.
But I'm just goofy as a human being, and
yeah,
that's okay.
Because that's okay.
What are music videos like to shoot?
I think last time it was like we showed up and we did what they told us, which turned out badly. So this time we've been working so hard to prepare, just like talking to different directors and going over different treatments and figuring out what fits the best. But seriously, it really is strange because there's like 500 people working on your thing and you're like, you don't have to clean up my footprints off the stage. It's okay. You can go home. I feel so bad, like what they do, the extent they go to. They do make you out to be like this big star. But
Yeah, I mean,
we don't know how to handle it really.
What does Flyleaf do for fun when you guys aren't performing?
I just like to just go home. Just like to just sit at home and like cook for my husband or something, which sounds really lame a little bit, but it's something you don't get to do when you're on the road.
So you can go out and perform in front of 20,000 people and then probably get a similar sense of satisfaction from cooking dinner.
Well, if it's good and he likes it, he's like, oh, this is the best dinner. You did such a good job. And I'm like, oh, I'm so glad.
What's the most trouble you've gotten into as a band?
me, Pat, and Melanie jumped over to this gate at an alligator farm
We weren't in
Cuba. And we fed the alligators chicken meat, like a sandwich chicken meat, and we got them all riled up in the middle of the night.
And they may have lost their lives or their arms.
What would the label have said if you have died?
We taped it.
We taped it,
have it
yeah,
on
yeah,
video.
yeah.
on YouTube?
It's not on YouTube, but it was in Cuba.
It will come out on our DVD.
Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Come with me behind the scenes, backstage, and onto the tour bus to meet your favorite stars.
We are backstage with Slipknot. I am here with my good friend, the American Idol, Chris Allen.
I'll ask questions you've never heard before and show you the answers you won't find anywhere else.
You said you're a Justin Timberlake fan.
No.
That wasn't you?
What do you like about Katy Perry?
Everything.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Huge meaning or self-defining sort of thing.
I think we just lost one of our interviews.
Rate, comment, and subscribe for new videos every week. Reporting for YouTube, I'm Brian O'Dell.
I'm the reason you go on tour.
You're the reason I'm here, baby.